My name is Randy Marchany. I'm the Chief Information Security Officer at Virginia Tech, and my office is responsible for running all of the cyber defense for the university, both at the main campus and its Northern Virginia campuses. So the way the industry has gone in the last couple of years, Internet 1 was basically we had static servers and we had static endpoints. In other words, the terminals were directly wired into the mainframes. Internet 2, the servers stayed static, big mainframe type things, but we started integrating laptops and desktops, which are a little bit more mobile than your standard old style terminals. And in Internet 3.0, what's happened there is not only are the endpoints mobile, but the servers have become mobile and they don't live necessarily inside your organization. So cloud-based servers, containers, these are examples of things that live outside of the organization's borders. So now we have mobile on both ends. We have mobiles on the end users and on the mainframes. So Zero Trust networks are really the architecture that you need in Internet 3.0 because you can't always verify the location of both the user and the server that has the data that they're trying to access. So that's why this new type of model has to come into play, and we think that it's going to be the only one that's going to be effective in this new Internet 3.0 environment. Zero Trust network properties are a whole bunch of what we would call standard ones. The first one, and the most important one, is that we have always considered the network to be hostile. We do not consider anything on the network to be safe. We assume that the hackers are already inside our network. And then the third thing that we do is that we go hunting for those hackers inside of our network. A lot of people think that segmentation of the networks helps to secure your data and traffic, but that's not sufficient to do so. The underlying principles of that the network is always hostile, they're always inside your network, and that we have to actively go looking for them, which really means that we're looking for outbound traffic. The traffic that leaves our network is the more important than what comes into our network. The way that we integrate our Zero Trust network principles into our existing cyber defense strategy is that we have always focused on looking at outbound traffic. We're always doing a continuous monitoring model to see where there's patterns of traffic that don't make sense. Financial processes within our organization, 90% of their traffic goes to certain sites. And if we see something going to another site that's sort of out of that pattern, we might give you a call and say, hey, did you guys work out a new agreement with a new organization? And if they said, yeah, we did, then we put that into good category. On the other hand, if they say, what are you talking about? Then we know that's some bad traffic. So profiling where the outbound traffic that each business process in our organization, that's a key component. And that's really a sub-factor that we call continuous monitoring. Again, because we assume that the network's hostile, that means that all of our protections are focused and concentrated on the endpoints in between, and we do our best to determine what's going on. But the real key factor is to know where sensitive data is in our network, because that's really what counts. If they compromise a device and there's no sensitive data on there, yes, it's a compromise, but it's no real damage to the institution. However, if sensitive data is on that machine, and we know that it left, or we can show with a reasonable amount of accuracy that we believe that it left our network borders, then we have to invoke our sensitive data breach protocol, which involves a whole bunch of different things. So keeping track, knowing where the sensitive data is, knowing whether or not it leaves your network, these are all key components of how we integrate Zero Trust network philosophies into our existing cyber defense strategy. The one thing that I think that we're seeing different is that a lot of universities, Virginia Tech is probably one of the leaders in this area, is that we're integrating cybersecurity into every major. So it doesn't matter whether you're a business major, an arts major, English major, philosophy majors, engineering. Each one of those curriculums we're starting to roll in just basic principles of cybersecurity what everybody calls good cybersecurity hygiene, integrating that into all of the majors that are being offered at the university, so that everybody, regardless of their major, they come out with at least an awareness that, hey, I have to pay attention to cybersecurity. And I think that is going to be a key factor in changing how society in general approaches cybersecurity. It's not a geek thing anymore, it's an everyone thing.